Greetings everyone, good morning, afternoon, evening, and night, depending on where you are and whenever you're watching this, and just come here, come here for a second. Closer. Alright, we need to talk. Alright, so we have a little problem, right? Just a slight issue. And this is much bigger than just me.
Oh wow, look at you thinking about someone else other than yourself for once.
Bro, be quiet! Go outside, touch some grass, God! Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, what the heck is this guy going on about? And of course, I'm referring to none other than United States minimum wage. And I kid you not, I see even one of you lovely viewers going, well, you know, if we raise the price of the minimum wage, then don't we have to raise the price of everything? No. We're not doing that here. Okay, I'm just gonna cut us some slack and give us a great reason why we should raise the minimum wage. Reason 1, I like money. Give me money. Reason 2, see reason 1. Reason 3. Are you still listening? It's still reason 1. Look, I'm just saying, I think a good amount of us could benefit from having a bit of more cash in our pockets after a really long and stressful day at work. Because, you know, it's tough out in these streets, right? Like, have you peeped college tuition, your local Dollar Tree, barber shops? I mean, I'm serious. If Little Caesars actually starts charging more than $6 for a hot and ready pizza, I just might lose it. Yo, gas don't even hit like it used to. $3 a gallon, $20 in the tank. All you're getting is a ride to school and back. This is truly preposterous. And if you think the minimum wage is bad, wait till you hear about the sometimes cheap quality of products that you can only manage to afford. Don't even get me started on that. It's like, what am I even paying for at this point? Maybe I shouldn't be expecting much because I'm buying a cheap product. You know, I truly hate it here. So this leads to one of the reasons why I really hate hearing the argument that if you raise the minimum wage, that you have to raise the price of everything else. I honestly feel like the same people who say that would say the exact same thing if the minimum wage was like $5 or $6 or anything just lower. Like, yo, people are just trying to live. Like, call me crazy. But I really feel like people should be able to earn a living wage and live comfortably enough to the point that no one has to worry about what necessities they have to spend their next paycheck on. And if you say something like, oh no, $5, $6, that's not enough, then why still defend a $7.50 minimum wage? At the rate that the minimum wage and current economy are both at, some would even say that many Americans are just one paycheck away from disaster. Okay, I hear you, I see you. Maybe you want a different reason with some more concrete evidence. I mean, so I did the research, which basically meant going on whatever was on the first page of a Google search, which I actually have no idea what's on the second page. So a simple Google search of the phrase reasons to raise the minimum wage yielded some interesting results, and I've learned some things, like how the US's federal minimum wage hasn't been increased in almost a decade. Though in just January of 2021, legislators had just introduced the Raise the Wage Act 2021, which aims to increase the federal minimum wage from $7.25 an hour to $15 an hour by 2025. Although some state and local governments have already implemented this. This predicts a benefit to nearly 32 million Americans, many of which are both frontline and essential workers. This number is also inclusive of a third of Black workers, about a quarter of Latino workers, and more than half of female workers. In my state alone, raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2024 would benefit approximately 1,587,000 workers. This is according to data supplied by the Economic Policy Institute's Minimum Wage Simulation Model. God, that's a mouthful. Which captures data from the Census Bureau, Bureau of Labor Statistics, and Congressional Budget Office. So there's reasons to believe a number of other advantages would also come with increasing the minimum wage, such as a reduction in poverty as a result of workers being able to afford the funds for food, rent, clothing, and other expenses, which in turn could also fuel economic growth, addressing both racial and gender inequalities that have been placed regarding wages, and even reduce the use of government programs.
How about the thing we said earlier? If you raise the minimum wage, then like everything else has to get expensive, right? Right?
Yeah, kind of. At least consider the fact that while the minimum wage has not changed in the US since 2009, the cost of basically everything has skyrocketed. Healthcare, childcare, rent, you name it. Add that with the current job market where it may still be a challenge to get a decent job even with a bachelor's degree, and the problem only seems more expansive. I could literally be competing with someone across the world for a job opportunity, which makes the stakes even higher. Coupled with the fact that more people are going to college to get a bachelor's degree, I just start to question how much weight that piece of paper with my name holds. You think I could use Photoshop to whip something up real quick? I mean, I've seen the job hirings online with the Catch-22 paradox where you're asked for experience just to get an entry-level job, and some of these listings are asking for 3 to 5 years of experience just to pay workers $10 an hour for $25 worth of labor. Why are we living like this? Well, I kid you not, life should have just came with a return receipt, because at this point, the game is ridiculous. Adulthood is on critical mode and I don't know what to do anymore. Another argument commonly stated is that increasing the minimum wage would urge companies to use robots and automated processes to replace their workers. Although at the same time, history has shown that while the rise of automation may eliminate the need to hire employees for certain functions, it still provides new job opportunities for those workers to partake in. Take, for instance, the rapid and industry-changing Industrial Revolution that gave us numerous advancements such as the sewing machine, telegraph, spinning jenny, and so much more. With the introduction and conveniences of such inventions, new jobs were created in order to accommodate people needing to oversee each tool. Such a shift can even be seen in more recent years in industries such as banking, where the rise of ATMs has produced a different function for bank tellers and accountants to focus more on work like building relationships with their clients. Other arguments made for increasing the minimum wage state that it would reduce income inequality, which is and has been the problem for some time now, considering the fact that the US has one of the highest levels of income inequality and has gotten worse due to rising levels of inflation. It may increase work productivity and reduce employee turnover, and could even lead to a healthier population and prevent premature deaths. This is at least according to a study done in California regarding an increase to the minimum wage, which caused workers to gain access to more meals and saw that they were less likely to smoke or suffer from emotional and psychological problems, along with exercising more. Although, while it's grand and dandy to both explain and explore the pros of increasing the minimum wage, it's just as important to acknowledge some of the few flaws that would come as a result of this glorious pay raise. Take, for example, the likely possibility of outsourcing jobs, as some companies may seek cheaper labor markets outside of the country. Or the fact that technically one could make an argument for inflation occurring as a result of increasing the minimum wage, although that hasn't stopped the fact that items are still on the trend of rising costs, as minimum wage does not increase with inflation but congressional action, and the constant dollar amount has decreased since 1968. Proponents against raising the minimum wage have also cited that it would decrease employee benefits and increase tax payments in earned income tax credit returns, payroll taxes, and state income taxes. Proponents even stated that increasing the minimum wage would disproportionately harm the poorest areas of the United States. For example, employees would need to make an effort to spend proportionately more to pay minimum wage employees in states such as Hawaii that are in a high-cost location versus Mississippi, where the cost of living and average incomes are especially low, and some would not be able to cover the cost by raising prices because their customers would not be able to afford them. Now, with that being said, money is not some sort of magical elixir that'll whisk all your problems away. I personally don't think that money can bring you everything in the world. I mean, it's not like you can buy love or something, but I believe there is, or at least should be, an understanding that an increase in our paychecks can help to fix a number of problems in life and can certainly crack down on some of the issues that can cause people's stress. It's a means to an end. My argument is mainly in favor of simply promoting wages for the working class of the US, as it seems that they aren't paid well enough in tandem to inflating costs in the economy. In any case, I imagine most people probably wouldn't complain about raising the minimum wage if it meant an easier time paying rent, loans, or other expenses. Although this was more so geared towards people who pay workers anyways rather than workers themselves. The good thing is there currently are 29 states and DC that have approved paying workers above the federal minimum wage. It's even been stated that there are more states looking to increase wages in 2022 slightly higher than they currently stand. I don't know, maybe my argument isn't feasible enough, which is totally possible considering the fact that I meant for this to be my very first video essay and this falls on deaf ears. I just think it would be nice for people to get the pay that they deserve in these tough times. Maybe it's even time to start looking into UBI.
That means universal basic income.
But I think I'll leave that discussion for another video. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I also hope to see you all next time. If you do have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below, and I'll make sure to take a look at those. In any case, I will see you all next time. Peace.